Hey, everybody. All right. We're into the week 3 discussion board, and it's going to be interesting. It really will be interesting. There are 3 topics, and I want to go through each one with you so you have a good understanding of kind of what's expected of you in each of those threads, but also you have a just kind of a better understanding of kind of what I'm trying to get at with each thread as well. So before I say that, though, just make sure that you are adhering to those discussion board rubrics. So I've sent to everybody a copy of the rubric so you have an understanding of those minimum standards. So what you can do here, again, you're going to have that initial or main post of at least 150 words and then at least 3 replies each week. So the minimum is going to be 4. Now, you can start your own thread as you did last week, which is perfectly fine. But I have some those 3 threads in there already. If you want to just kind of start in one of my pre-existing threads, you can do that as long as one of your replies then is at least 150 words in length. Okay, so those are the requirements. Now, what are the topics? All right, there's a quote. There's going to be something on information literacy, and there's going to be something on email etiquette. All right. Well, the email etiquette one's pretty easy, right? We've talked about that a lot in discussion or in the lecture this week. You're going to talk about the importance of email etiquette. There's a little scenario there, but it's going to give you an opportunity to really focus on why it matters, how you actually write an email. It's one of those things we often don't think about, but boy, is it important in a professional setting. So it's all about trying to figure out why proper rules or proper decorum is expected when it comes to emailing. All right. Information literacy. This is a topic that is, I guess, near and dear to me because it's, my area of specialty. When I was in graduate school, I did a lot of work in information literacy. What we're trying to get at with information literacy is this. How do you know what is reliable, especially in an online world? How do you know what information is reliable? How do you know what to believe and what not to believe? Especially at a time when there's a lot of competing narratives on some really, really important issues. It could be issues of crime and punishment, right? It can be issues of um, the COVID and kind of the COVID response and vaccinations. It could be something related to foreign policy. It could be something just a very big national political story or something like that. And you have all these competing um, voices, whether it's on the morning news shows or cable news shows or on Facebook or on certain blogs that you follow or on YouTube and on and on and on and on and on. How do you determine what is reliable and what isn't? This is the essence of information literacy, is being more literate in the information that you're consuming, especially in an online environment. So that's the second topic. It's going to be all about information literacy. The first one, or I should say the third one, it's the first one I mentioned, but the third one here in this list is a quote by a very famous philosopher, mathematician, and thinker from about 400 years ago, a Frenchman named Blaise Pascal. And it's a fascinating quote. It's a very basic one, but it gets students talking like you wouldn't believe because it's so relevant today. All right. So a lot of what we talked about last week with social media and does it make us lazy? What impact does it have on our lives? We're kind of building on that with this quote. And it's all about one's ability or lack thereof to be silent and alone. Basically, what is the impact or the importance of that kind of thing? Is that even possible in this day and age? So, 3 really, really interesting topics. You can get into 1, 2, or all 3. Just make sure you're meeting the minimum standards for discussion. But they're really going to get you talking. Trust me on this. They're really going to get you talking. And don't be afraid to voice your opinion. Don't be afraid to disagree. Whatever you say, it's going to be something that we're going to take seriously and we're going to respond to. And really also just have some fun with it too. There's some really interesting conversations and side conversations that I'm sure you're all going to get into. So, very much looking forward to it, folks. Thanks.